Alright, so this is turn 2. Again, I've already put leadership points out. 1 for the Excalibur leader, 4 for the Bioroids, 2 for each of their green leaders. And then now it's time to roll initiative. So the Earth forces roll a 6 and a 9 for the Masters. So now this is where the Masters are going to start doing some shiny work. It's all decide on which ones I want to go first. I want to probably take out these Bioroids pretty quick, and they can rapid fire these things like crazy. So that guy's been damaged pretty heavily. So what I'll do is I'm going to move these guys up, and they're going to just go crazy shooting as much as they can. So he's going to come around here to the side of this guy. He's going to shoot this guy in the back, and this guy can already see him. Do I want to get him closer for range to make sure I get better shots and hit? Probably do. So I'm going to have these guys both fly out over here and stay on their sleds. That guy's going to stay right there. So the guy that's right there in front of that Bioroid, he's got 3 actions. So the guy right above him, so he's going to take all 3 shots at him. Again, his gunner is a 2. Target rating is 7 for that guy up there. So 11 and 12, there's 2 hits and a 2. So 2 hits. The armor on the Bioroid is only a 5. So one of them is a 6 and one's a 3. So he's going to take full damage and half damage. What he could do is he can burn both of his actions. And actually I had to do this before I rolled the dice, but I'll go ahead and I'll re-roll real quick just to see. But he can burn both of his actions to make himself either harder to hit. Since they're so close, it's not likely that he's going to be hard to hit, but he can go ahead and put a pin counter out there. So that means he used both of his actions that he has not used yet this turn, basically trying to not get hit and not take as much damage. So what it does is he got hit twice, so each of those shots he's going to boost his armor again. So instead of an armor of 5, it makes it an armor 7. And still the results wouldn't have mattered. He still takes enough damage that he gets torn to shreds. So we'll go ahead and take him off. Take his pin counter off. And we'll put him down. He's the second casualty, the first Earth casualty of the war. So now those other 2 Bioroids, they're also point blank range. Both of them used 1 action point to move, so they have 2 left. Each one, you know what, we're going to have both of them fire at the one guy that's standing right there. And that's to ensure that we get a kill. Because if I split it up, one of those guys, it takes at least 3 shots to kill one. So again, the guy's got, he's going to use both of his points against 2 of the attacks to try to boost his defenses. So I'm going to put a pinned counter there, showing that he used 2 of his actions to basically defend himself. And so now his target rating, instead of a 7, becomes an 8. He gets a +1 boost. So these guys need 6s. So there's 2 attacks from the 1. One of them hit, and then the other one, since he boosts against one of the guys and not the other guy needs 5s. So there's 1, 2, 3 hits. Alright, so let's see if they can penetrate the armor with all the hits. So those 2, 1, 2, 3 hits. So all 3 hits did. So no matter what he did, he got shot up and he's taken off the table. So as you can see, it's a pretty quick game. I mean, things usually only take a hit or 2 before they go pop. It seems like right now things are going in the favor of the Masters, but Masters got initiative, and now it's the turn for the Earth guys to go. So I can use the one guy because they can activate 1 squadron, or I can use the other guy. So I'm going to use the other guys because it's probably my best alternative to try to do as much damage as I can. So these guys can both stay put. They're both in short range and point blank range, so they can both rapid fire. So they're going to both double shot at those guys. This guy's going to stay right there and double shot. You have to move them all before you roll. So I mean, trying to think about what's the best thing to do. I can move these guys once and fire because he's just past their front arc, so they won't be able to shoot their front weapons at him. But I can go like this, and that guy can see him. And I can go like this. I'm just going to turn him, and that guy can see him. Alrighty, so point blank range, so they get D12s. So 2 shots from each of these, 2 at the green, 2 at the blue. Their gunnery is, again, a 2. They get +1 because the guys are airborne, so it'll count it as a 3. The green has a defense of 10, or a target rating of 10, so he needs 7s to hit him. And he hit him both times. And 9s for the penetration, so he's basically even boosting his armor or using a bunch of action points isn't going to really do a lot. He needs to use all 4 just to keep that green alive. Is it worth it? No, probably not. So this guy goes pop. And then the other guy, he has a 9, so these guys need 6s because they have the 2 gunnery and +1 for airborne. So 2 hits. 1 was an 8, 1's a 6. So 6, 7, 8, 9 barely hit. So what he can do is he can use a leadership point and cancel out that. The leadership, he'd have to use 2 points because the other roll was an 8, so that's 9, 10, 11. So he needs to boost it by 3 to make it so that guy's not hit. So does he want to do it? No, we're gonna wait and see. So 8 for the armor. I probably should have burned him. Too late now. I decided not to. There's no way he's gonna survive. So there's another casualty. So the Bioroids have lost some of their guys, but now we got these 2 over here. They are at 18 range and 19 range. So their main guns, I believe, have an 8 range. No, 10, sorry. So both of those guys are in the second range bracket, which would be D10s. They only get a single shot, so both of them are going to shoot at that guy. He's got a defense of 9. So the first guy with a gunnery 2, he needs a 7, he hits. The other guy's the commander, so he has a gunnery 3. So he needs not a 5, so he misses. So the little guy hit barely with what he needed though. He's going to burn a leadership point and make it miss. Okay, so now the Spartan is going head on with somebody. The Spartan's not moved. So he's got two action points. So he can attack twice. Depends on what I want to do. So he can shoot missiles and shoot lasers. He's got a gun pod, so he might as well rapid fire that and shoot it twice. He's at point blank range. So that guy has a defense of 9, so he needs 7s. 1 hit with a 10, so 10, 11, 12. So that's 6 damage to that guy, which would be enough to kill him if it can penetrate all the way through the armor. So he rolls a 3, but there's nothing else on there, so 3. So he'll take half damage, which would be 3 points of damage. I still got two leadership points left. Do I want to burn them and have them take no damage? Because all I would do is need to burn 1. So yeah, I'll go ahead and burn 1. So he'll take no damage whatsoever. So he got hit. Basically it was a glancing blow and he didn't get toasted. So now, Bioroid's turn. I got these 3 or that one by his own. Let's use the 3. So this guy's going to stay there. The commander's going to fly out here and backshot somebody. This guy's coming over here, back shooting the other guy. So they're going to both be in basically point blank range. They both have used one action point. So the commander has 3 left, and the other guy has 2 left. So the blue is going to shoot first. Those guys have a target rating of only 6 because they're kind of slow. So the gunnery is 2, so they basically need 4s. So he hit once. But the armor is, so it doesn't matter, he rolled a 9. So he takes 5 damage to that first Excalibur. So that Excalibur took 5. And then the greenie is going to shoot the leader 3 times. So the leader, because he has a better piloting, but it's not enough to boost his target rating. So again, it's a 6, so he needs basically 3s. 1, 2, 3 hits. So he's going to use all 3 of his, well, he's already used his actions to shoot, so he can't do anything. So he's going to use 2 actions. He can borrow up to 2 from the next turn. And he's going to boost his armor on both of them. So he's going to try to boost his armor. So now he gets +1 to his armor. The armor is 5 and 2. So from the shots, so these are also heavy. So both of them, one will do full damage, one will do half damage, 2 will do full damage. So that's 5, 10, 11, 12 damage to the Excalibur commander. Took 12, which seems a lot, but he's got 19, so he's still alive and kicking. And now Earth has the 1 Baratech left to move. So they got this 1 Bioroid that hasn't moved yet, but he's outside of his front arc, so I'm gonna have to move him one way or another. So I don't think it's gonna make much difference. I'm gonna move him over here. I'm gonna take 1 shot at that Bioroid at basically point blank range. And he rolled a 9, 10, 11, 12, so he hit. And a leadership point is gonna save him. 5. So he's going to do full damage. He can burn another leadership point and make it half. So he's going to take 3 more. So, or blue is going to take 3. So he's got 3 damage. Now there's one thing that I've been forgetting to do on this, is that the Bioroids don't take, when they're on the sleds take half damage, so you can roll 50-50 chance to see if you hit the sled or the guy. And I haven't been doing that, so some of these guys are probably very well would have been alive still, which makes it, since I wrote the rules, kind of dumb that I made that mistake, but I did just the same. So it looks like for the points that they are, I'm guessing, I mean, I don't even need to play it all the way out. I want to try to restart it where I'm using the Bioroids right, because that was my screw up. Just haven't played in a while. But it seems like they're pretty well balanced to me. I mean, those extra actions give them a lot of options and a lot of abilities to do things that normally you wouldn't be able to do. So they're being able to outmaneuver and outplay the other guys, even though they don't take a lot of damage. Is actually they're doing really good. They've lost 3. In reality, probably be less than that. They've done some pretty good damage on these. On the defenders on these Excaliburs. One of them's heavily damaged, and they're actually doing a lot better than I thought. So I think that overall I want to go ahead and start it over and try it with the correct values and everything, or the correct usage of the sleds. But I think that I might have been pretty close to being dead on when I scored these up, and I was worried that I would have given them too much value for what they were doing. So Hope you, I'll throw this up and then I'll go ahead and try to redo the video, but hope you enjoyed it. And we'll go from there. I'll put up another one probably in a day or two. Thanks.